Hi, this is Mr. Dring from Fulford School. This video is designed for Year 9 Computer Science students to help you make the most of your working from home resources. So each week we'll put a very similar kind of description on class charts with the same link to your VLE page that you can get to from home, and you're going to need your school username and password to access this. If you forget that, just contact the school and we'll get them reset for you. So, although the instructions on class charts will be similar each week, on the VLE page there'll be a new project checklist that appears each week, and we'll try and vary the type of activities so that you don't get bored of doing the same thing each week. So in one of these checklists, some of the activities will be similar to what you're used to, so we want you to work through the homework booklet. If you've lost your homework booklet or you prefer to do it online, there's a link which you can click to on the right hand side of each checklist item. Gives you the page to read, and it gives you the activities to print off and work through. As you complete each challenge, just tick it off. That means you can keep track of your progress, we can see all the progress you've made, and you can show your parents if they ever bug you and say, what have you been doing all that time you've been on the computer? Some of the activities are really quick and simple, like the keyword activities. We just want you to engage with some of the keywords, the vocabulary, the stuff that you need to remember, the definitions for the course. As you complete them, take a screenshot, tick them off. Any screenshots that you take, there's a space to upload them to keep track of any evidence. On Submit Evidence, just add a submission, add a file, describe what you've done, or upload any evidence. Some of these activities you've done before, some of them are a little bit new. So some weeks there'll be a Python focus, some weeks there'll be a Seneca focus, an assignment on there. So if you forget your Seneca group codes, they're on class charts and they're on the VLE. Hopefully you'll have done some of the try it, debug it and extend it activities before, but not many of you will have done the KPride activities, so I want to show you how to make the most of those. So if you click on the link, normal pride is about making sure nobody feels excluded or isolated based on their gender or sexuality. KPride is about making sure no one feels excluded or not able to engage with Python programming because of a lack of confidence or not feeling like they're able to do it. So we put together KPride to help people with homeworks and remote learning so that you can boost your confidence and become a pro at Python programming. The idea is KPride stands for keywords, predict, run, investigate, debug and extend. So for each stage there's a different way of helping boost your confidence with Python. So keywords means you get some code and it checks through for about 30 key Python concepts, and it's found 7 of them in this Python code. So for each one you've just got to try and find the line number where you see it. So a built-in subprogram. Now print is built into the Python language. Print, you don't have to tell Python how to print, it just knows how to do it automatically. It's built in to the Python language. And then the next one is comments. You just click on a line number where there's a comment. Remember, a comment doesn't do anything other than tell the programmer what the code does. Fab. So work through each of the keywords. The idea of doing this is if you don't know what these things are called, you don't know what to search for, or you don't know how to ask for help in lessons. So we want you to get you to understand what the different key concepts are in Python. Next up is predict. So this is trying to get you to have confidence reading code and working out what it's going to do. So you make predictions about what the program is going to ask or what the program is going to say. So if it's going to output something on screen, just on each new line write what you think it's going to output. So I'm going to make one prediction which is hopefully going to be right. This code should say hi, but I'm also going to predict that it's going to say moo. So once you've made your predictions, if you want to test them, move on to the next stage, run. It will run the code and it will test it against your prediction. So I did predict it said hi, and I also predicted it said moo, and it didn't. So you get the idea. We're trying to get you to think what the code will do and compare that with your predictions. Once you've done run, investigate gets you to read through the challenges here and tweak your code. Now if you've been playing around with this editor or if you've made mistakes before, it remembers your previous version, so you can just reset it back to the original one if there's any weird error messages on there. Okay, so challenge number 1. We're investigating what happens if you tweak and change bits in Python. This just says to change hello, change hi to hello. And as soon as you do it, it should pass a test and you've got confirmation that it's done. Fab. So that's investigate, building up confidence, tweaking and changing code. Next up is debug. So you have the same code, but this time it's automatically sabotaged. So we asked loads of students and teachers across the country what are the common mistakes that people make when you're writing Python code, and this will automatically make those mistakes. So you can have practice finding them, and when you press Control and Enter to run it, it gives you some clues on how to track them down. So a bad input on line 9, let's have a look at line 9. Yeah, loads of people put the wrong bracket. We fixed that one. We've made a couple of logic errors. It doesn't say exactly what we want it to, but the code runs. That's fab. You can sabotage it again, have some more practice, and see what you can do. The last one, a bit more open-ended. Not all of you will get onto this in the time you set aside for computing each week. But the idea is all of the 7 key Python concepts that were identified in the keyword section, it's now your turn to try and use them in your own program. So a built-in subprogram, remember like input or print, built into the Python language. As soon as you print something, it's going to pass that test. Or as soon as you print a string, it's going to pass the test for using a string as well. So see what program you can create that tries to use all of those key concepts. Fab. So remember, once you've done a task, tick it off on the checklist. Take a screenshot of anything that you want to show off and celebrate so that we can see it as well. And remember, try and do as many of these as you can, but your number one priority is to look out for yourself, for your family, the people around you. So, all the very best. We look forward to seeing you when schools are back open as normal. Hope this has been useful. Thanks for watching.